Hey y'all, going to talk today about why I love pipe smoking, and I do very much. I like it because it's old. It's an old thing. It's been done the same way for a long time, hundreds of years, maybe longer. It's been done the same way and enjoyed the same way. Guys been smoking pipes and getting enjoyment out of them in exactly the same shape, form, and fashion that I am. And old things, some things, prove themselves. Pipe smoking has. It's old in that way. It's also old in a not so old way. Like I think about the 50s and the 60s and the 40s, the heyday of pipe smoking. It's old in that way. I think about those times, and to some people, those times might not be that old. But to me, I just think about early 1900s American history, pipe smoking, and so to me, it's old in that way. And I love that it's old and everything that encompasses. Um, Second thing, it requires patience, demands patience. Pipe smoking demands patience to enjoy it and to get out of it what you can get out of it. From the packing, so from the choosing of the pipe, the choosing of the tobacco, the packing of the tobacco, the lighting and tamping of the tobacco, and getting it burning good, and then sitting back and finally enjoying it. All that, just getting it going good, takes patience. And then takes patience to do it slowly, so where you get the most enjoyment out of it. But I would say that because of all that, it's very, very rewarding. If you hang in there that long and you go through all the work and you put in the patience it requires to get to where you finally enjoy it, it's worth it. You're rewarded for your patience. And that brings me to the third thing. It makes you slow down. Uh, It makes you slow down to pack it right so that it smokes good and you get a good pull and a good draw. It makes you slow down so you don't puff too hard. And when you slow down, you start thinking about stuff. It makes you slow down so you're sitting there. Your mind goes to wandering while you're puffing. It's all connected. uh, but it makes you slow down. That's the third thing, and I like that. I need something to make me slow down because I'm going so fast these days. Sometimes I'm go go go, I don't even have time to smoke a pipe. So I have to wait till I have the time to do it. But when I do get to smoke one, I have to be slow with it. And so I have to stop. I have to relax. Um, so the fourth thing is time consuming. And that's tied up with the patience and that makes you slow down thing. You sit down for a pipe. I'm a slow smoker. I'll be there for at least an hour. Um, I know when I sit down for a pipe, hopefully for that time, I am smoking that pipe. That is what I'm doing. And so it's time consuming in that way, in a good way. Like I say, there may be some guys out there that puff and smoke a lot faster, but for me, I'm there for at least an hour, sometimes longer, depending on the bowl and the type of tobacco, flakes, and stuff like that. So, it's time consuming for me, but in a good way. I know I got an hour to just, if I just want to sit there and smoke, I can do that. I can read, whatever I want to do while I'm smoking. Main thing is I'm going to just sit there and smoke. So it's good that it's time consuming in that way. I have at least an hour to enjoy that. It's not quick like a cigarette, or something that's a quick shot. It takes, uh, like I say, at least an hour for me to sit down and really enjoy it and get into it. So, speaking of cigarettes, my opinion, the safest form of smoking out there, pop smoking. That's number five. It's the safest way to enjoy tobacco in any form of smoking, because you do not inhale it. I do not inhale it. And if you don't inhale it, in my opinion, it's safer than any other form of smoking known to man. Tobacco, especially. Mm. Number six, I mentioned this earlier. Uh, it's rewarding, but also satisfying. Pot smoking is very, very satisfying. I just lit this bowl when I started this, and I'm already feeling mellow, already feeling relaxed. And I'm not inhaling it at all. It's completely through my mucous membranes, my mouth and my nose. It's very relaxing. And after an hour of this, I will be super chilled out, relaxed, mellow, calm. It's very, very relaxing. And I like that about it. It calms you. If you take your time with it and you ingest the nicotine slowly, like you're supposed to, like I think you're supposed to, it calms you, and it's very nice, very relaxing. Number seven, and this is cool about the hobby, is that there's such a big selection of pipes and tobacco. There's just no end to the types of tobaccos uh, you can buy and the types of pipes you can put those tobaccos in. There's no end. There's different types of pipes, different shapes of pipes. There's different blends of tobaccos. There's different strengths of tobaccos. There's different flavorings of tobaccos. It's endless, and that is a very, very cool aspect of it to me, to getting to select what you smoke and what you smoke it in. It's all another really cool part of the hobby, is that there's such a big selection. So that's really cool. That's number seven. Number eight, uh, fairly cheap tobacco. As of today, it's fairly cheap. Now, it's probably the cheapest it's ever going to be, but it is fairly cheap. You can, especially when you compare it to cigarettes and cigars and other vices. Uh, Pipe tobacco is pretty cheap, and you can get started, and you can build a pretty big seller fairly quickly for not that much money. And the pipes are fairly cheap, especially if you start off with something like a corn cob, which is what this is a corn cob, Missouri Meerschaum. Very, very affordable, and can get you going and keep you going. So it can be expensive once you learn about it and you learn what you like and you are ready to go move up with the types of tobaccos you smoke and the pipes you buy. You can spend the money, but you can also get going and stay going for quite a while in this hobby for fairly cheap. So that's number eight. Number nine, the pipes uh, endure. Uh, the pipes that you smoke with in this hobby are meant to last. Even these corn cobs. This is the oldest cob I have, and I've had it for years. I don't even remember how long. If I really thought about when I bought it, I could remember, but I've had it for years. It's the oldest one, and it smokes fine. I've cleaned it several times, uh, but I hope to have it for a lot longer. And one day it may uh, either burn out or just need to be replaced because it gets so filled with tobacco juice over time. But briar pipes and meerschaum pipes can last a lifetime. They can outlive me. They can outlive pipe smokers in general, and can be handed down. So the pipes themselves endure, and that is a really cool aspect of this hobby to me. When you buy a pipe, a good pipe, it's made to last, and I like things that are made to last. Number 10. This sort of goes with the relaxing thing, but I'm going to throw it in here because I know there are people out here that appreciate this part of it, and I do to an extent. I'm a baby when it comes to it, but there's a nicotine buzz involved. And that's nice, and it can be too much very fast. I'm a lightweight when it comes to nicotine. I can't handle a heavy blend. I can't handle a lot of a medium blend. I can't. I have to take it really slow with blends, and I have found out the hard way which blends uh, are strong to me. But if you do it slowly, if you listen to your body, uh, and you take your time with it, the nicotine buzz is very, very nice, very calming. So there is that aspect of it. Nicotine buzz, when done right, it's nice. Mm. Well, that's 10 things. There's so many other great things about this hobby to love, and that I do love. I'll go ahead and say number 11 that uh, this hobby sort of feels like a secret society. There's not a whole lot of people these days that do it. I don't know a whole lot of pipe smokers, um, and that's kind of cool. I feel like I'm part of a almost like a secret club, uh, and I feel like that makes this thing unique, pipe smoking unique. That not that many people do it anymore, and so it's kind of a niche thing, and that kind of ties back into it being old. You know, a lot of people don't shoot old muskets anymore, and that's sort of a niche thing. And some people don't collect old knives anymore, and that's sort of a small club of people. So it's sort of like that. And again, it falls into things that are old. So it's really cool that there's just this small club of us that know about this and know how to enjoy it and know what it can offer. Uh, and it's not a club that anybody's barred from by any means. Anybody wants to smoke a pipe, come on, it's great. But there's not that many of us, and so it makes me feel sort of special to do this. Um, so I'll go ahead and throw one more in there. Uh, Pipe smoking is handed down from generation to generation. It's sort of like a skill. And I think that's really cool. And it's something that you may not even know about, let alone know how to do or do good without somebody that is already in the hobby and has been in the hobby to help you into it, ease you into it, show it to you. Mm. So it's something that you almost have to be mentored into. Um, and that's pretty cool because a lot of us have those mentors. I have them. And you feel a kinship with those people, those guys that showed you how to do this, especially when you finally learn how to do it and it clicks for you. And you had somebody that was patient enough with you to say, "You'll get it. It'll come. It'll come. Just keep trying and do this and do that." And when this happens, you try this. To have that person there to help, it's special. And I think it's cool that it's a skill that is handed down, pretty much generation to generation. You learn how to do it. You learn how great it is. You want to show somebody else how to do it. Well, all those reasons are why I love pipe smoking. It's great. It's an awesome hobby, and I know there's a lot of you out there that enjoy it. Appreciate you watching this video. Mm. Oh, so I'm smoking Edward G. Robinson and this little Missouri Meerschaum. And oh man, this is good. Good as life.